Another way we have commercialized beauty is through the beauty industry. Since 1997, plastic surgery procedures have increased 444%. Now, who is getting all this cutting and siphoning off of fat? Surprisingly, the majority of these operations are done on middle-class women, increasingly on men as well, but on middle-class women, middle class. And many of these women just put the procedures on the old Visa card. Listen to this, 47% of the procedures in 2005, 47%, almost half, were done on individuals 35 to 50 years of age. 24% of the procedures were done on people 19 to 34 years of age. What is going on here? Dr. David Stoker, a plastic surgeon in Marina del Rey, California, offers a surgical cure for the woman who has just become a mother. He calls it the mommy makeover. It involves 3 procedures intended to tighten drooping skin, as well as to reduce stretch marks and excess fat. Dr. Stoker explains the severe physical trauma of pregnancy, childbirth, and breastfeeding can have profound negative effects that cause women to lose their hourglass figures. Women shouldn't have to go on feeling self-conscious or resentful about their appearance. The cost to restore your pre-pregnancy self, $12,000 to $20,000, not to mention the dangers of major surgery. Because we have commodified the body and objectified it as an ego object, we have disconnected it from its proper function as a path to the soul. Our sexual lives are properly incarnational, in that we embody a mystery greater than ourselves, and we share in that transcendence with our partner. When we have internalized that we are beautiful, as in the wonderful music that was sung here today, when we have internalized that we are beautiful, internalized that we are loved, then something transcends specific qualities of appearance, transcends age. People who strive to appear perfect in physical appearance might remember that the very thing that sometimes makes one beautiful to another is the quirky feature. You know, the unusual turn of the nose, the lip that's a bit too full. Perfection doesn't allow another in, really. That's not about love, it's about narcissism. Ultimately, it's about fear and insecurity. So, how can we learn to be more conscious of what beauty is really all about? We can do so as we experience various art forms, and over again we find ourselves drawn to and enlarged by these experiences. But there is more to this than the training of the eye. There is the training of the heart as well. I remember my experience in seeing Michelangelo's David there in Florence, Italy. The statue was much bigger than I thought it would be, and there were lots of people there surrounding it and looking. I was struck so deeply by this piece that I could not leave. I walked around it and looked at it from every conceivable angle, and I saw that it was true from wherever I looked. I was filled with awe. This simple shepherd boy, innocent and faithful, going out against the giant with only a slingshot in his hand. How often do we feel that way? That we're putting our fragile selves up against gigantic evil? How often do we feel that our weapons of love and innocence will be insufficient? And yet we wish to have the faith of a shepherd boy, to say that we will take on the task, that we do believe that we too are a kind of incarnation, and that we will take on our giants in faith. And in that moment, I knew that I was at one with all of the others looking at David, whether they were from Japan or Germany or China or Australia or Africa or wherever, different skin colors, different ways of dressing, all of us human there together. Beauty has to do with presence. My experience is that when I really give myself to something, when I really look at someone, I always find them beautiful. When someone comes to my office for pastoral care and pours out a troubled heart, I find myself strangely joyful at times. Now, this is not because I don't care about another's pain, because I do, but authenticity is so rare and so beautiful, and I am so privileged to see it that I am moved by what I see. Sometimes we need to be broken open so that the beauty inside can be released. I don't take the burden of another's pain upon myself because I know it is theirs and it's all right for them to have it, because all people will experience pain, and this pain is their particular pain to deal with. And people have amazing courage as they face their difficulties, and I get to witness that courage. You know, when I go to another church to preach, which I do from time to time, well, those people look all right to me, but quite frankly, they're not nearly as beautiful as you are. Now, I expect that every minister feels that way, because, you see, when you really see, you find beautiful what you see. And what you find beautiful, you can't help loving.